What's good, y'all? Welcome back, and I said welcome back to yet another video, y'all. So let me cut to the chase, right? So, Kyle Larson did slap the field at Bristol. And, well, not just Cup, but Xfinity too, right? And, of course, he got a lot of criticism talking about why are Cup guys in Xfinity? Cup guys shouldn't be in Xfinity, this, that, and the third. And, let me give y'all a little backstory to this. You know what I'm saying? From myself, from my point of view, right? So when I was younger, I thought it was normal, you know what I'm saying, for Cup guys to be in Xfinity. But let's go back to 2006-07. But I remember more of the 2007 season than the 06 season. And it was the Busch Series. And you would have guys like Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick. Did I already say Carl Edwards? I think I already said him. Dale Jr., Clint Boyer. Did I already say Kevin Harvick? Yeah, I think I already said Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson, sometimes he would race once in a while here and there. Let me see. Mark Martin, he did a lot before my time and a little bit here and there when I was getting into it. Greg Biffle. Tony Stewart here and there as well. Yeah. And there's a lot more. Jimmy McMurray here and there as well. I remember him. Casey Kane. Ryan Newman once in a while. And there's definitely a lot more. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was normal. All these Cup guys I just mentioned, they would race on a weekly basis. Most of them probably would, they would race on a weekly basis. And I never really saw that many Xfinity regulars win that much. I remember Jason Leffler, rest his soul. I remember he won one time at IRP in 2007. He was an Xfinity regular, but we wouldn't see that many Xfinity regulars win those races down there. We didn't see it. Not as much as it is now, of course, but we didn't really see it like that. Like, what was other Xfinity regulars back then? Like, when I first got into NASCAR, like 2007, like Brad Keselowski was there. Dang, who? David Ruderman. He was like more of a regular down there. Like, as in regular, I mean like not Cup yet. Shane Huffman. Remember him here and there. Those names aren't that memorable for back then that I could remember that were regulars back then. I'm going to be honest with you. The names now are much more memorable, I guess, because they had more time to shine without the Cup guys winning these races. But, I thought it was normal. But I remember it became like a big talking point later on of there's too many, like later on in my life, like when, like, I don't know what year, maybe like 2010, 2011, 2012, like the conversation was big. I think it's because Kyle Busch was winning a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think because of Kyle Busch, that rule was really kind of implemented I think in 2012 or 13, I forgot the year. But basically, they said, all right, Cup guys, they cannot compete for 2 championships at one time. They can compete for those championships at the same time. Like, if you want to compete for a championship, either choose Cup, Trucks, or Xfinity. Choose one of them, and that's the one that you'll stick with. And I like that. I really do. I've always enjoyed that rule. You know what I'm saying? Give Xfinity guys time to shine. Get the lower guys time to shine. Yeah, Kyle Busch, I think he really kind of, but he wasn't the only guy. I will always say that. He wasn't the only guy that was winning hella races in the lower series like that. But if I do talk about him, oh man, he used to piss me off a lot. Like, he used to piss me off the more out of any other Xfinity regular down there, right? He would piss me off. And why is that? Why is that the case? Well, because he would win literally 13 he won 13 races one season, right? You know what I'm saying? He basically, he won 13 races one season. Then he won 10 another season. Then he won 10 another season. Then he won 10 yet another season. And he won a championship, 2009. Then he won another 10 races. Then he won another 10 races. And, bro, let me tell you something, bro. He used to stink up the fucking shows on Saturdays for me. And even Fridays as well for the Truck Series. Like, I would be so pissed at watching him win race after race. It made me not even care about the Nationwide Series anymore at a certain point. in Xfinity. It made me not care about it because, bro, if he was in the field, he most likely was going to win that damn race. He most likely was going to do it. And I used to hate that shit so much. I remember one time in 2021, I think I was Atlanta, right? Daniel Hemrick was about to win his first career race, I think at Atlanta, and then, of course, BS caution. Or was a bogus ass caution. Then Kyle Busch accidentally got into him and I think kind of ruined Daniel Hemrick's race. So he couldn't get his first win. But guess who did win? Kyle Busch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to hate shit like that. Like, are you kidding me? I used to hate Kyle Busch a lot. Absolutely. Now, he's cool now. I don't mind him now. I'm older. I'm more mature when it comes to rooting for people. Sure, he's not one. I don't root for him necessarily, right? He's not one of my favorites, but if he wins, it is what it is. But I hated seeing that shit growing up. I hated seeing that. I hated seeing that shit, bro. I really did. Yeah, because, duh, he's Kyle Busch. He's going to win. We get it. He's Kyle Busch. He's going to win the race. And what used to also piss me off is that he would bring his Cup pit crew down, right? So he would have the best of that. And he would have the best fucking equipment as well. Because he had Joe Gibbs Racing equipment. Joe Gibbs Racing equipment, bro. He would have Joe Gibbs Racing equipment. Man, bro, he would have the top equipment, the top pit crew. Duh, he's going to win the fucking race against drivers that, I guess I don't remember. I remember, Kyle Busch having his pit crew coming down. I don't remember Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick. I don't know. I don't remember. But for a majority of my life, I remember that shit. He would have the best equipment. And it's duh, he's going to win this fucking race. Duh. And the other guys, and the thing is, though, is that a lot of guys that actually was, in Xfinity like that, right? A lot of guys that was at Xfinity, right? They eventually stopped racing down there and just started focusing on Cup a lot more. Like Carl Edwards, he stopped doing it. And he was Kyle Busch's best competition down there to race for wins. He was his best competition down there, week in and week out. In that 60 car. I remember that shit. 2008, 9, 10, 11. Carl Edwards was, at times, he would whoop Kyle Busch's ass down there. And I loved their rivalry. I loved it. I think what really pissed me off was when, Carl Edwards stopped racing down there in 2011. And Kyle Busch in he didn't do that good in 2012. It was with KBM equipment too. So I guess his Kyle Busch Motorsports equipment wasn't really ready for Cup necessarily. So he didn't win down there that season. That was his first win of the season. But he went back to Joe Gibbs Racing equipment and started dominating shit again, right? In 2013. So, yeah, I was sick of seeing that shit. Absolutely. Kevin Harvick stopped racing down there, I think after 2017 or 2018, I think. One of those 2 years. I remember because him and Ross Chastain got into Darlington. He stopped racing down there after a while, right? Brad stopped racing. Brad Keselowski, I forgot, he used to go down there a lot. He started racing there after a while. Yeah, all these drivers stopped racing there, but Kyle Busch was the main guy, just stayed down there and still took wins away. And it will piss me off, I'm not going to lie. So I think Kyle Busch is the main reason why I just say, nah, I don't really give a damn about Cup guys going down to Xfinity anymore. Kyle Busch was the main guy to do that because he would pat those stats up like crazy. He would pat those stats up like crazy. And it was damn, but every once in a while we would see Xfinity guys beat Cup guys here and there. We, of course, right? We saw Justin Allgaier. He's done it before. I'm talking about if they were the best guys all day type shit. You feel me? Daniel Suarez beat Kyle Busch at one point, which was actually crazy. Let me see. Chase Briscoe, yeah, he did it in 2020 at Darlington. So yeah, it's possible that the Xfinity regulars can beat Kyle Busch. Well, not just Kyle Busch. I'll say Cup guys. I'll say that. Of course it is, right? Just because the Cup guys in the field doesn't automatically mean they're going to win. But I don't know, when we see a whole domination fest out of these Cup guys, it's like, yo, duh, we know you're that good. Like, we know you're incredible. So, yeah, I'm sorry I was running on Kyle Busch too long, but he was the main bushwhacker that I just despised. And I didn't even root for him on Sundays because, well, I didn't like him anyway. But damn, bro, like he would go down there and just dominate. It's like, duh, we know you're going to. And I'm not trying to see that anymore. And the trucks was even worse. God damn, Kyle Busch would just dominate those series. It's like, damn, like, how about you don't race the best equipment in the field, right? How about you don't do that shit, bro? How about you drive an underfunded car, an underfunded team, right, down in the lower series, and we'll see what you could do then. No, he brought the full equipment down there, and it would down in the lower series. He would dominate. Like, no shit, you're gonna win. Like, duh, you're going to win these races. You're gonna dominate these against inexperienced guys. We know this. So yeah, for a while, I did not like Cup guys going out to Xfinity like that. I'll be honest with you. Now, I don't mind it like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like I used to. But am I a fan of it nowadays? I mean, I would prefer if they don't dominate. You know what I'm saying? I prefer if they make the race at least a bit more interesting. You know, and as a fan, I can say that. And I know damn well that, yeah, races aren't going to be dominated. I mean, races that have domination in it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. Drivers are gonna dominate races. It happens. Like, it is what it is. You feel me? Not every race is going to be a certified banger. I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? But I guess sometimes when Cup guys go down there, it can definitely stink up the show, especially if they have no competition. Most definitely. And sometimes I think, like, yo, who finished? Like, I think Carson Crawford finished second. If Kyle Larson was in that race, you feel me? Carson Crawford would have got his first career win. Wow, that would have been lit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think about stuff like that. But yeah, and sometimes, you know, Cup guys, like I said, they help out a lot down there because Cup guys are usually more cleaner, right, than the regulars in those series, the truck regulars and the Xfinity regulars, right? Sometimes they could definitely be much more cleaner. And the truck guys and Xfinity guys, they definitely have some dirty ass drivers. I'm not going to cap. So when we have cleaner drivers in the field, we can have a bit more cleaner racing, right? Don't get me wrong. Cup guys can be dirty as hell too. Duh, we know that. But, you know, sometimes older guys, you know, more seasoned guys, Cup guys can really kind of help put the younger drivers in check. So when they do get to Cup, they can, you know, of course, already know what they're getting into. You know, so yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling about it. You know, I'm mixed on it. Even though I like Kyle Larson and Hendrick Motorsports, that's my team because I was a Jimmy Johnson fan. Jimmy Johnson, he barely raced in Cup. I mean, in Xfinity, right? He barely raced in Xfinity. He barely raced the lower series. He had one truck series start, and it was at Bristol. That was at that time he never won at that track yet, and he was good. And I think he got wrecked out. And he never went down there again, which is actually crazy to think about. I'm like, damn, he never went back down there. Yeah, I think Hendrick Motorsports, I'm going to get on the side note. Hendrick Motorsports, their drivers did not go down to Xfinity like that. Like, now that I think about it, or trucks. His drivers never really did go down there like that. Like, Jeff Gordon, he never had a truck series start. And after Jeff Gordon got out of the Xfinity series, he barely went down there. Right. He had a few starts in 2000. Got a few starts. I got the diecast in there. But other than that, like, I never watched an Xfinity or truck race with Jeff Gordon in it. Dale Jr., he definitely went down there a lot. Casey Ken, I think, did too. Mark Martin, I guess they did. But I'm getting off topic. So, do I like Cup guys going to Xfinity? Honestly, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, thanks to Kyle Busch, like I said before, Cup guys are actually limited to 5 races. And they can't be Dash for Cash races or races in the chase, which actually I like because you don't really want Cup guys kind of interfering with drivers that are actually fighting for a championship. because God knows that would happen, most definitely. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Because Kyle Larson, he definitely embarrassed the field. But Kyle Larson's like, we know you're gonna do good, bro. We know you have the best equipment in the field, right? And you are an amazing Cup guy. You're an amazing Cup driver. Like, duh, we know this. So, yeah, I love Kyle Larson, by the way. I love Kyle Larson. I'm a Hendrick fan. I was rooting for him on Sunday. But on Saturday, I was definitely rooting for Carson Waffle. I really was. And Justin Allgaier, one of those two. But I do like Hendrick Motorsports. I'm glad Hendrick Motorsports got a win. But damn, like, as y'all can tell, I'm a bit mixed on it. I'm a bit mixed. Like, I like Kyle Larson, but dang, like, a Cup guy? I know a lot of guys don't like bushwhacking. I get it. I know a lot of guys don't like bushwhacking. Me, I'm fine with it. If they could just, I don't know. Because they did not make that, Kyle did not make that race any more interesting than what it could have been. But Bristol as a whole has been kind of frustrating lately. I love Kyle Larson. I really do. He's one of my favorite drivers. So I was happy to see him win, but damn, it's like, y'all can really see I'm very mixed on this subject. I'm really mixed. I can see the good side of it and the kind of unfortunate side of it. But hey, shout out to Kyle Larson, bro. He better get that championship this year. I'm rooting for him. I definitely am. But that's the end of the video. I hope y'all really got something from it. You know, I made this 16 minutes. I can't believe I even made it this long. So subscribe, by the way. Subscribe. So yeah.